Hello and welcome. I'm Sarah and I'm glad you've tuned back in. And if you're first time viewers, hello. Hope you like what I've got to offer and that you'll stay tuned for some more. So today in this video I'm going to talk a little bit about why I swapped out the security of a job and a career for the uncertainty of YouTube and working from home and doing home-based businesses. The short answer to that whole question is that I wanted a much better family stroke work-life day, sort of measure, and I feel like this is going to give me that, but it is going to take time and it is going to take dedication in a different way. But I do get to spend more time with my family. I'm not as stressed and not as stretched, or at least I'm not right now. So am I mad for quitting my job? Probably. My family have been behind me, which has been really quite comforting. I wasn't expecting everybody to be on the same page when it came to this. I mean, it's quite a reduction in wages, salary, and there's a lot of the unknown that we're going to be working with. I'm quite happy with that. I think that I am 43, and whilst I'm not new and fresh to the work sort of way, I'm definitely not at the end of my work life neither. So I feel like I'm comfortable in the space that I'm in, that maybe if I give it a shot and it pays off and my family get a much better version of me and a much better way of life, then that's great. And if I can impart a little bit of, maybe not knowledge, but experience to people that are watching as well, so that they can feel that maybe, don't just sit there thinking, oh, I could never do that, because me 10 years ago would have been saying exactly the same. In fact, I'd be lying if I said that only 2 years ago we're still thinking that same thing. But I'm glad I've taken the leap. I'm very new to this, as you can tell with my filming and everything. But I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to improve. I want to get better. And I think that's all you really need. That plus a little bit of time, and you've got to be making a bit of an earning to be able to comfortably survive. And that's how I'm going to explain what I do. So I quit my day job as I've been many things, but the last one has been a teacher. And as much as I enjoyed elements of that, I think for the most part the students that you teach are either completely disengaged these days, or they're engaged but not fully with you. They're not, they don't really care too much about what you're trying to teach them, and that may be a little bit of my teaching style. I might be a little bit older in my teaching styles or whatever, and it's just not hitting where I think I'd like to. But I mean, I could go into that, there could be a whole other video, but anyways, what I want to talk about with that is that I had a stable income, I had a stable job. I could have just carried on until retirement and beyond, doing just that, engaging with youngsters, trying to impart a little bit of wisdom, a little bit of myself, so that they can grow and be much stronger and better humans, if you like. But I feel that there's a much broader audience, and not just youngsters. I don't think that it's only youngsters that are learning. I think we're all learning, no matter what age we are. I think you've broadened those horizons a little bit and you can learn so much. And if somebody else does that, you become less scared of those steps. So I've watched tons of YouTube, and many people I've followed and subscribed to just because I like the story, I like the engagement, I like the fact that they're coming at you with a bit more of a real approach, they're more authentic, and that's what I want to give. I am learning, this is a new journey for me. I feel like a student, but I'm happy with that. I think, you know, it's a good place to be. I don't ever want to stop learning, I don't want to stop teaching others neither. I want a better work-life balance. As I said in prior videos, if anybody's seen those, you know, I'm a foster carer, so is my husband. We've also got our own children as well. When we say we foster care for 3 children, and they will be with us for as long as they want to be with us, basically, you know, when they grow up and move out, get married, all those good things. So we have currently 7 children, and they're all wonderful. They've all got their own quirks, they all have their own moments. Everything's very, you know, it's up and down, daily, hourly, 10 minutes. But, you know, I think you get the gist. Life's all over the place when you've got that many humans, and I like that. I enjoy that, but at the same time, I still want to be able to work. I still want to be able to do more. I want to feel like I'm giving something back. And I know I do that with the children, but there's so many people need that as well, and I'm hoping I can give that to you guys, or to somebody you know, or, you know, if it's not for you, it's not for you. But yeah, if I can help, I will. I encourage comments, I encourage questions. I will try my best to answer whatever you ask. I can't promise I'm going to know answer to everything, because, you know, I'm human. So a slight digression from what I was starting to talk about, but in essence, that's my life, and that's how I present. And when I chose that I didn't want that anymore, it was a really big step. I didn't do it lightly. I did spend time sort of planning and making sure that, you know, this weren't going to be just some drop in the ocean type of thing, and then I was just going to wash up another day. So I've contemplated this, and I've spoke about it for so many years. You know, it's become one of those things where everybody's just like, yeah, whatever. And now I've done it. And as much as I didn't really want to share it with everybody, I couldn't not share it with the family, the immediate family, because we're going to wonder why Mum's sat in shed or in workshop or whatever, talking to a camera. It's not like I can hide that. But I encourage them to, you know, give me some critical feedback as well. I'm not shy of growth. So a few of the businesses that we have, I've never done anything by halves, but a few of the things that I'm going to do is, there's a YouTube channel that I'm doing currently, and that's around cake artistry, and it's large stuff, you know, big, spectacular things, amazing, you know, sculptures and such, all edible, all that type of thing. And that's a passion, that's something that I did many years ago, and I had restaurant, and we had shops and such, and bakeries, and I loved that. I loved that world, but I felt that you can only hit a very small amount of people when you're in a shop or you've got a restaurant. Whereas, yes, I'm not physically selling much to people from the studio, but I'm able to show what I do to so many others. So people that may be just wanting to learn how to do that, I will be looking at doing tutorials and such. And then just right back to the just general entertainment, you know, and reviews of products and bits and bats. That's one of the ideas that I've got going and I'm chewing on at the minute. And the other one is, I've had a long-term sort of love affair with jewellery. And sustainably sourced and made, you know, that sort of just really being careful about what I use, those type of things. I've never actually done it, but I've watched, I couldn't tell you how many hours of YouTube on jewellers and whatnot. So that's my other love, and that's a passion that will be starting in September, because I've decided I'm going to enroll onto a course, and then I'm going to chronolise that part of me too, and show people, you know, how to do that. How do you start off? Am I going to be any good at it? No one knows. But, you know, I've got everything, I'm just sorted, I'm ready to give it my best shot, and it's been something that I've always wanted to do. So I think that, you know, it's as good as a start as any. And then the third one is this. It's this channel where I'm talking to you guys right now, and I feel that this one's a bit more personal. This one's where I'm entering you into my world. I'm allowing you through my doors as such. I want to impart experiences that I have, and highs and lows and such that I have on those journeys. And yes, I said earlier, am I mad to give up the security and the stability? Maybe, but if you stay tuned, you'll find out. So I suppose, you know, either watch the space or the space will disappear. But yeah, this is the crux of what I want, and I want my whole family to be involved, and they're all willing to be involved, and we've got multiple disabilities in the house, and you know, I don't want it to be classed as a disability for the whole of their lives. I want them to realise what their abilities are, and let's work on them. Let's forget so much about the things that hold them back. What can I do to help you, to help yourself? And I feel like that's not just within our household. I want it to be further. I want to be able to try. And I am no martyr by any means. I'm pretty boring as a person. I'm minimalistic, and I like things homely. I'm a bit of an introvert. But I'm willing to put myself out there in hopes that people will see that I'm bearing myself to you all, so that you can ask me questions, you can tell me your stories, and I can be an ear. You know, I can try my best to just be something for you. And if that's enough for people, then that's great. And if it's not, then, you know, you scroll on by, you can watch somebody else that has something that you find interesting and engaging. So I'm hoping, just as maybe another little segment towards this journey, that this one's going to touch someone, that somebody will understand where I'm coming from and the reason why I made those decisions. I wanted a better family life balance. I don't want work to be the only focus for the majority of my day, and then I have to do a complete switch, and then it's just family. It's really hard to do. Anybody that's doing that, I take my hat off to them. It's really, really difficult to switch work head to family head in the same day. You know, I might be doing something wrong, but I've always found that a struggle. So to wrap it up, I just want to let you know, this is my decision, and good or bad, no matter what happens, I want to, you know, video this and allow people into my world, and I hope you enjoy. Please like and subscribe. See you later.